As we have discussed in the previous lecture, that if you are join all the formation of when the formation of steam, when you join all the saturation liquid points, see here the capital F, small f, here is the point. So if you join all these points, the saturated liquid line, so if you join all these points, so these points are what? Saturated liquid point. So if you join all the saturated liquid point, then this is the curve, this blue color is the curve, and likewise this is the Q, this is the G, small g, and these are the which point? These are the saturated vapor point, or that is your dry saturated vapor. So if you join all these G point, then this orange color line and this blue color line meet at a point. This point is known as your critical point. Okay. At this critical point, what is the temperature? 22.06 megapascal. 22.06 megapascal. And this is the 374.56 or 47 something. That will be in degree centigrade temperature. Clear? Here there will be no phase change will be occur. So if you give the water, it will be converted to which steam? Superheated steam. But in this case, here 100 degrees centigrade water will be converted to 100 degrees centigrade vapor. Then is your superheated. So this is this line. This blue color line is known as your which line? Liquid saturation curve, or this curve is known as saturated liquid line. This orange color curve is known as your saturated vapor line. So the region, right side region of this saturated vapor curve, this region is known as your superheated region. You can see here, this region is your superheated region, this is your saturated vapor line, this is your saturated liquid line. So left hand side of the saturated liquid line is known as your compressed liquid region, or you can say subcooled region. Okay, so between this curve, except this curve, between this area is known as your what? That is your wet steam region. Saturated liquid and vapor will be present, means wet steam region. Okay. So you know that when you are discussing a dryness fraction, the saturated liquid line, what is the dryness fraction? X is equal to 0. Okay. So here in the saturated vapor line, what is the dryness fraction? X is equal to 1. Okay. And this is your critical point. So this way we can draw the PV diagram, that is your here to here, that is your saturated liquid line, and then form a curve, that is your slope, that is your what? Is the PV, pressure volume diagram. This is your known as your what? This is known as your vapor dome. Okay. So here pressure is your P1, constant pressure line. This is your pressure line P2. Okay. This is in the PV diagram. So when you, and this is also your PV diagram. So in the PV diagram, this line, see here, this line is your what? This is the constant temperature line. This is your T1 and this is your T2. So in the PV diagram, this is your vapor dome. Okay, these two are the constant temperature line. This line is your saturated liquid line. This line is your saturated vapor line. This area, right hand side of the saturated vapor line is your superheated region. Left hand side of the saturated liquid region, that is your compressed liquid or subcooled region. And between the vapor dome, that is your saturated vapor. Okay. Saturated vapor means here dryness fraction is also considered. Dryness fraction vary from x equal to 0 to 1. So this is your PV diagram. Then we will discuss about the temperature entropy diagram, TS diagram. In the temperature entropy diagram, this is also saturated liquid line, this is a saturated vapor line, wet steam, subcooled region, superheated. So how you can draw the constant pressure line? This is the constant pressure line. See here, I'm drawing this one. These are the constant pressure. Suppose this one is your P1 pressure, this one is your P2 pressure. Okay, so these are the constant pressure line. Here water is at what? Below 100 degrees centigrade. Here below 100 degrees. This water is at 100 degrees centigrade. That is a saturated liquid point. These are the points of what? Saturated vapor point. This is the point of what? Superheated region. This is the point between this vapor dome. This is your what? Wet steam. Okay. So if I give the naming, that B, A, B, C, this one is your D, and this, suppose this one is your E. So we can say that this A point is your what? That is your subcooled liquid. Water is below 100 degrees centigrade. B point, that is your saturated liquid, means water is ready to boil at 100 degrees centigrade. D point, that is your wet steam. And C, that is your dry saturated steam. And this E point is your which region? Superheated region. So that is your superheated. At which pressure? At P1 pressure. So again, if you are naming the point, that is your A dash, this is your B dash, suppose this one is your D dash, this one is your C dash, and this one is your E dash. Then you can say that E dash is your what? Superheated steam. C dash is your what? Dry saturated steam. D dash is your wet steam, and B dash is your saturated liquid. A dash is your subcooled liquid or compressed liquid. At which pressure? At your pressure T2. So this is your temperature entropy diagram. This is your vapor dome, and these are the constant pressure line. Okay. Then we will discuss is your temperature. Here you see this is also temperature entropy diagram. Pressure P4, P3, P1. This B is your what? Saturated liquid. That C is your what? Saturated vapor or dry saturated vapor. This A point is here, that is your wet region in the wet steam. Okay. So this is your critical point. So again, now we will discuss your enthalpy entropy diagram. This is also known as your Mollier diagram also. HS diagram, enthalpy entropy diagram, that is Mollier diagram. See here, A to B is your what? Saturated liquid line. So B here, B point is your what? That is your critical point. So from the critical point, this line, this blue color line, I am drawing line. This one is your what? Saturated vapor line. So this is your what? Critical point. B point is your critical point. Here the constant pressure line are, see, here these line are the constant pressure line. These are the line here. I am drawing the constant pressure line. And from the constant pressure line, these are the what? The red color line. These are the constant temperature line. So in the TS diagram, you can draw like the constant pressure line, and these are the constant temperature line. So again same condition here. These are the dotted line, that is your dryness fraction. In every diagram, that is your PV and TS diagram. Here also what you can draw? We can get the dryness fraction. The dryness fraction vary from what? Here 0 to 1. And dryness fraction is applicable only for which stream? It is applicable only for wet stream. Okay. So these are the what? PV, TS and HS diagram of properties of steam. Next we will discuss when the wet steam, how we calculate the volume, specific volume, how we calculate the internal energy, how we calculate your work done. So that we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.